Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Unlocked. I'm Peter. Today, we're diving into a story that is as emotional as it is inspiring, the life of Vincent van Gogh. Have you ever wondered how someone who struggled so deeply with pain and rejection could create some of the most beautiful paintings in the world? In this lesson, you'll discover three powerful things. First, how Van Gogh turned his suffering into art. Second, how his unique style changed the way the world sees beauty. And third, the life lessons his story can teach you about passion, purpose, and perseverance. Stay with me until the end, because I'll share a special English challenge inspired by Van Gogh's own words. It will help you express your emotions more naturally in English. If you enjoy learning through real stories like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and share English Unlocked so you don't miss our next inspiring lesson. I'm Peter, and today I want to share a story that really touched my heart, the story of Vincent van Gogh. When I first learned about him, I was surprised. He was not rich. He was not famous. He was just a man who loved to paint and wanted to show the world what he felt inside. Vincent was born in a small village in the Netherlands. He was a quiet boy, very shy and sensitive. People around him did not always understand him, and sometimes he felt very alone. But he had a kind heart and a big dream. When he grew up, he worked in an art shop. He saw many beautiful paintings and learned about artists. But still, he felt something was missing in his life. He wanted to do something more, something that came from his heart. So, one day, he decided to become a painter. At first, it was not easy. He had little money, no friends who believed in him, and many people said his art was strange. But Vincent did not give up. He painted poor people, farmers, and workers. He painted their hands, their faces, their simple lives. He wanted to show that beauty is not only in rich places, it is also in hard, simple life. When I think about this, it reminds me of learning English. Sometimes it's not easy. People may not understand you. You may feel shy or afraid to make mistakes. But just like Vincent, you must keep going. Even if progress is slow, your heart will guide you. So, my friends, let's learn from Van Gogh. Let's paint our own English journey with courage, patience, and heart. After some years, Vincent moved to Paris. He wanted to learn more and see new ideas. In Paris, he met many artists who used bright colors and painted light, flowers, and people. Their pictures were full of life and joy. Vincent looked at them and thought, maybe I can try this too. He started to paint with yellow, blue, and green. His pictures became brighter and happier. He felt something new growing inside him, hope. But life in Paris was also hard. Too many people, too much noise, and sometimes he felt tired and lost. He wanted a quiet place where he could think and paint in peace. So, he moved to a small town in the south of France called Als. There, the sun was warm and the fields were full of color. He painted every day, the sky, the sunflowers, the houses, the streets. He wanted to build a place for artists, a house full of art and friendship. He called it the Yellow House. I really like this part of his life because it shows how dreams can make us strong. But even in Als, things were not always easy. Sometimes his mind was tired, and he felt lonely again. Still he painted. He never stopped. This part reminds me of learning English. Sometimes you feel happy when you learn new words. But sometimes you feel lost or tired. That's normal. The important thing is, keep going just like Vincent. Even small steps every day can make something beautiful in the end. In alls, Vincent worked very hard. He painted from morning until night. The sky, the flowers, the stars, everything gave him ideas. But life was not peaceful. He lived with another artist, Gauguin, and they often argued. One night, after a big fight, Vincent felt very sad and confused. He hurt himself and had to go to the hospital. When I think of that moment, I feel sorry for him. He only wanted peace, but his mind was tired. Still, even in the hospital, he kept painting. Can you imagine that? Even in pain, he created beauty. He painted his room, the garden, the night sky, and one of his most famous works, Starry Night. When I first saw that painting, I felt something deep inside me. It's full of hope, but also sadness. Later, he moved to another place, a quiet town near Paris. He painted every day, about 70 pictures in 70 days. He knew his time might be short, so he gave everything he had to his art. And when I think about that, it reminds me again of learning English. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes your mind feels tired too. But like Vincent, if you keep going, if you keep creating and learning, something beautiful will grow from your effort. So, my friends, when you study English and feel lost, remember Vincent's sky. Even in the dark night, the stars still shine. After leaving the hospital, Vincent tried to start a new life. He went to a small village near Paris called Auvers. It was quiet and full of green fields and trees. There, he met a kind doctor who cared about him and his art. Vincent painted every day again. The fields, the sky, the people. His colors were softer now, but his heart was still strong. In only a few months, he painted many pictures, almost one every day. Can you imagine that? Even when he felt weak and lonely, he still worked hard. He put all his love and pain into his art. But sadly, his sadness grew too heavy. One day, he walked into the fields and did not come back. A few days later, he died with his brother Theo beside him. When I think of that moment, my heart feels heavy too. He was only 37, but he left more than 800 paintings for the world. After his death, his brother's wife, Jo, kept his letters and showed his art to many people. And slowly, the world began to see how special he was. Today, people from everywhere love his paintings. They see not just color and light, they see his heart. And you know, this part reminds me of learning English too. Sometimes you may not see your progress right now. People may not understand how hard you try. But one day, your effort will shine, just like Vincent's art. So don't give up, my friends. Keep learning, keep practicing, and one day your English will also touch hearts, just like Van Gogh's colors touched the world. Even after Vincent died, his story did not end. His brother's wife, Jo, worked very hard to show his paintings to the world. She shared his letters and told people about his dream. Little by little, more people began to see his heart through his art. They saw his love, his pain, and his hope. And soon, Vincent became one of the most loved artists in the world. When I think about that, I feel something warm inside. He never knew his paintings would be so famous. He only painted because he loved it. He followed his heart, even when life was hard. And that is something very beautiful. This story teaches me a lot, not only about art, but also about life and learning. Sometimes we don't see results right away. We work, we try, but nothing seems to change. But if we keep going, one day, our hard work will shine too. Learning English is the same. You may feel that your progress is slow or that people don't see your effort. But remember Vincent. He kept painting even when no one believed in him. You can do the same. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep learning. Your English will grow, and one day you will look back and say, "Wow, I did it." So, my friends, don't lose heart. Your journey, like Vincent's, is not about being perfect. It's about growing, step by step, with love and passion. Many years passed after Vincent's death. People from all over the world started to visit museums to see his paintings. They looked at his bright colors, his stars, his flowers, and they felt his heart. It is amazing how his art still speaks to people today. Even without words, his pictures tell stories of love, hope, and pain. When I see his work, I always think, he never gave up even when life was hard. He kept painting because he believed it was his way to share his soul. And now his dream lives forever. That is the power of doing something with love. You see, learning English is also like painting. When you start, your picture may not be perfect. Maybe you forget words. Maybe your grammar is not right. But every time you practice, you add more color. Your English becomes brighter, fuller, and more alive. Sometimes people ask me, "Peter, how can I speak English better?" And I tell them, just like Vincent painted, with heart. Don't worry too much about mistakes. Just speak, listen, and keep learning every day. Over time, you will see your progress, just like a painting slowly becoming beautiful. So, my friends, remember this. Your English is your own art. Paint it with patience, with passion, and with love. And one day, like Vincent's paintings, your words will also touch someone's heart. When I think more about Vincent's life, I see something very special. He did not live for money or fame. He lived for meaning. He wanted to show people how he saw the world, full of color, light, and feeling. Even when others laughed at him, he kept painting. He believed in his dream when no one else did. Sometimes I think learning English is the same. At first, people may not understand your journey. They may say, "It's too hard," or "You will never speak well." But you must believe in yourself. You are learning something that will open a new world for you. A world where you can connect with more people, share your ideas, and understand more of life. Vincent's life teaches us that true success comes from inside. It is not about being perfect. It is about staying strong when things are hard. It is about doing something because you love it. That is what makes life beautiful. So, my friends, when you study English and feel tired or lost, remember Vincent. He kept painting even when no one believed in him. You can do the same. Keep going one word at a time, one lesson at a time. Because one day, your effort will shine, just like his bright stars in the night sky. And who knows? Maybe your story, like Vincent's, will also inspire someone else to never give up. As we come to this part of Vincent's story, I feel it touches something deep in my heart. Even after all his pain, his art did not die with him. His colors, his feelings, and his dreams stayed alive. Today, when people look at his paintings, they feel hope, love, and light. His life teaches us that even a short life can leave something beautiful behind. You know, learning English is a little like that too. Sometimes, you don't see big changes right away. You study, you listen, you speak, but it feels slow. Still, every small effort you make leaves a mark. Every word you learn, every mistake you fix, it builds your future. And one day, you will look back and see how far you've come. Vincent's story shows us that our hard work has meaning even when we cannot see it yet. He planted seeds of beauty, and they grew after he was gone. In the same way, when you keep learning, you are planting seeds for your own success. They will grow with time, trust, and practice. So, my friends, don't rush. Enjoy the journey. Let your English learning be like Vincent's painting, slow, honest, full of heart. Because one day, your words will shine with the same light that shines in his starry night. And maybe, just maybe, your story will inspire someone else to keep going too. When I think about Vincent's journey, I see something very powerful. He did not become great in one day. He grew slowly, step by step, through pain, mistakes, and hope. Every painting was part of his learning. And even when people said he was not good, he kept trying. That is true courage. Learning English is the same. You don't wake up one morning and speak perfectly. It takes time, practice, and heart. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes are like brush strokes in your painting. They make your picture real. Without them, you cannot grow. I still remember my own journey. At first, I was shy to speak. I worried about grammar and pronunciation. But then I learned to enjoy the process, not just the result. Like Vincent, I began to see beauty in small progress. A new word, a better sentence, a short conversation, all these were my paintings. So, my friends, if you ever feel lost or tired, remember this. Great things take time. Every effort, every small step is part of your masterpiece. Just like Vincent's paintings, your English story will shine brighter with each try. Keep going, keep painting your journey, and one day, you will look back and smile. Because you did not give up. When I look back at Vincent's life, I see a man who never stopped believing in his dream. Even when people laughed at him, even when he was alone, he kept painting. He knew his art had meaning, even if others did not see it yet. And that gives me hope too. Learning English is like that. Sometimes, people don't understand why you try so hard. They might say, it's too difficult, or you will never be fluent. But you must keep going just like Vincent did with his art. Because your dream, to speak English, to connect with the world, is worth it. After 10 years of learning, I understand this. It's not only about grammar or words. It's about faith, patience, and love for learning. Every time I speak, I feel proud because I remember where I started, shy, nervous, and unsure. But step by step I grew. So, my friend, if you are listening now, remember this. Don't stop. Even small progress is still progress. One day, you will speak with confidence and you will smile. You will say, "Yes, I did it." And that moment will be your masterpiece, your own beautiful work of art, just like Vincent's.